Okay, this video is for DarkFox on the DJ Forums website, and he's posting saying that he can't get two PL-1s to work simultaneously on a Mac. So, excuse the focus here, I'm doing this all by myself, but as you can see I have two PL-1s, and I have a Mac. And let's start off by just hooking up each of the PL-1s. So, we'll get this one going, and this one going. So whenever you have MIDI problems, the best thing that you can do first, let me get focus here, to troubleshoot the issue is to open up a program that isn't like a DJ program or a DAW. I recommend on the Mac you use a program like MIDI Monitor. If you've got Windows, MIDI aux is the bomb, so grab MIDI aux. Right now we've opened up MIDI Monitor. It's a free program and it'll tell you all MIDI activity. What we're going to do now that we have these two PL-1s connected is I'm going to push a button and you can see the MIDI data from, we'll call this PL-1 number 1 and PL-1 number 2. So you can see that both devices are sending MIDI and being interpreted properly in MIDI Monitor. So just to see that, this is just a save dialog asking if you want to save the changes. We're not going to. If you see that, that should be step one in your troubleshooting to indicate that your configuration in your program is probably what's to blame. If the computer itself sees the data, if you're looking at the data through a program like MIDI Monitor and both devices work, it's probably a configuration issue. And just to bring that point home, I'm going to walk you through the process of connecting two PL-1s to Traktor on a Mac. So we're going to open Traktor. Bless you, Gene. And let's load the library here. And we're going to open up Controller Manager, and you can see in Controller Manager that I have removed everything except the keyboard mapping, so there's nothing to get in the way. I'm going to click the Add button, go to Import, and I'm going to import my first PL-1 TSI. Now these TSIs are just the default TSIs available on the Behringer website. I happen to have them locally on this Mac. So I'm going to load that TSI, and right now you can see that, let me bring that into focus here. You can see that this is set to all ports, and anyone who's loaded some TSIs knows that this is wrong. That's not actually what you want to do. You want to do PL-1s. But we have two PL-1s that are named exactly the same way, but they're ordered. So for this PL-1 number 1, we'll call it, let's pick the top one. So PL-1, PL-1. Now you may notice when you loaded that PL-1 that both units came alive. Yes, they did. That doesn't mean that loading one TSI is going to get this thing set up correctly. What we have to do now, we've got one PL-1 set up, is we have to go to Add and import again that exact same TSI. Let's go to Traktor PL-1. Same exact process we did before, but now we're going to the bottom PL-1, and that'd be PL-1 number 2. And then we're going to close this. Let's load some music. It doesn't really, I'm not even looking to see what tracks these are, so please forgive if they suck. But here we go. So I have a remix deck in D. We won't worry about that for right now. So now both of these, here we go, are set to deck 1. And let me just show you that I have control, or If I move the pitch fader here, you can see it move there. That's exactly the behavior we would expect. You can see that there are 5 cue points on this song. Both have it. And if I press play on here, or if I, right? So both of these are controlling the same deck, but now I'm going to page over to deck 2. You immediately can see that we've changed, and this surface now, we're not in play mode. I've got deck 2 highlighted here. There's only 1 cue point for this song, and I'm going to, so you can see, so let's put that temp cue. Let's turn on sync, right? So now I'm controlling deck 1 and deck 2 with my 2 separate PL-1s. You can see now that if I move this, oh, hold on, let's turn sync off because that's going to lock them together. You can hear the mix go off. These are no longer controlling the same decks. Turn sync back on. And this isn't active now. We're following the master deck. If I then take this, stop, move to deck 3, let's get a temp cue, put that, so you can see now that we're controlling deck 3 and deck 2. So I'm hoping that that's your issue, DarkFox, is that it's a configuration problem. If not, PM me on the DJ forums messaging, and we'll get together. I'll give you my email address and we'll work it out. But I think this is a configuration issue.